Hola, buenas tardes. Did I get that right? Thank you very much, Dave, Javier, everyone at Google for inviting me to speak. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. How many of you do not know Tripadvisor? Excellent. We've done our job. Okay. So in addition to being, I'm going to speak today a little bit about social media and tourism. And really from two perspectives. One, from the perspective of we like to think, and we've always spoken about ourselves as the largest travel community in the world, but also we are very, very big users of social media, and I will talk about that. But a few statistics. 40 million visitors every month. Over 40 million reviews and opinions contributed by these visitors. 20 million registered members, 21 new reviews and opinions every minute of every day. Just phenomenal statistics and a huge growth. So who is TripAdvisor? Travelers rely on us, and in turn their fellow travelers, to help them make decisions about hotels, flights, restaurants, destinations, attractions. And I should say that I'm showing tripadvisor.es. When you are on the TripAdvisor English sites, .com.co.uk, you will also see a tab marked Vacation Rentals. This is an area which is relatively new for TripAdvisor. We just acquired, about 6 months ago, a company out of Oxford, England. And you will see more activity in Europe on this front. But for today, I am showing you our Spanish site. In addition to UGC, we have a vibrant forum section where travelers post both destination and topic-specific questions and receive answers from their fellow travelers. We have over 2,500 destination experts around the world who are answering these questions and making sure that people get the help they need. 98% of forum questions receive at least one response within 24 hours. This shows the rapid content growth that TripAdvisor has seen since it started tracking. The company is actually 10 years old this year. So we were started in, I believe, November 2000. I was not around at the time. I came in 2004. And as you noted, we actually started really tracking our numbers when I came on board as head of marketing. So we reached 40 million reviews and opinions in October, up from the 1 million when we actually started a marketing department back in 2004. So a few months after we claimed a few months before we claimed 40 million reviews and opinions, we claimed 40 million unique visitors every month. So we are the largest travel company in the world. We're larger, as you can see, than any of the online travel agents, and larger than many of them combined. So what does this mean for hoteliers, for those in the tourism business? Well, it's actually great news for hotels. In the June study on social media and travel by Focusrite, they said that hotel reviews, like those on TripAdvisor and other online travel agent sites, are one of the most influential forces for travelers during the shopping process. We put hotels today, plus restaurants, attractions, vacation rentals, tours, etc., in front of absolutely enormous potential. And we're also committed to helping hoteliers. I have a relatively new role at TripAdvisor. I was the company's chief marketing officer until May, when I took on the title president of TripAdvisor for Business. And in this role, I'm focused on the hundreds of thousands of small businesses which make up the listings on TripAdvisor. And really, we're turning our attention, I like to say that we're almost turning our value proposition on its head, and now paying attention to the hoteliers, the restaurateurs, etc., who make up the core of what we're writing about as consumers, what consumers are looking for. To that end, we've created an owner center that's full of free tools to help hotels enhance their TripAdvisor listings. You can go on, you can add photos, you can solicit reviews, you can monitor, you can respond to your reviews. The listing is absolutely a critical part of what convinces travelers that your property is the best choice for them. And the more a hotelier goes in and brings this page to life, the more convincing you'll be. Over 200,000 properties have registered since we started the Owner Center about 1.5 years ago. And if you are a property owner, hotelier that's in the room today, I strongly encourage you to go on and register. To give you an example of another way that we're working with hotels, many hotels recognize the social media power of having user-generated content on their site. So in addition to knowing that your customers are coming to Tripadvisor, or in some cases telling them to go to Tripadvisor or showcasing Tripadvisor content, you can also partner with us to collect it. You can put the reviews on your site, showing your prospective clients that you're confident in your service, and you can take the voice of them seriously. We have a whole lot of badges and widgets, etc., that you can download. This summer, Accor, the example I have here, began displaying Tripadvisor reviews, and they also send post-trip emails, like the one I'm featuring. So clients who have booked at accorhotels.com are asked to write a review with Tripadvisor. The email then goes to a landing page where guests are prompted to submit their opinion and taken to Tripadvisor's Write a Review page. We also offer hotels the ability to take even different kind of content into their site. So hotels, restaurants, tourist boards recognize the social media power of user-generated content. Sometimes they don't have as much as they themselves want. Maybe they don't want reviews, or they want something in addition to reviews. And so you can also come to Tripadvisor and get badges and widgets, etc. Our newest offering here on the screen is what we call the What's Nearby widget. So for hotels, you can bring it on. It highlights what restaurants, attractions are close by. And it's a great way for properties to incorporate user-generated content from Tripadvisor that really enhances the experience that website visitors have. And that's just an example of clicking that widget right there and what you get. So now I'm going to speak about Tripadvisor off the site and how we're interacting with social media companies. And I love this slide. This is called one of our first forays with Facebook. So I'll tell you a little bit about our fun with Facebook. When Facebook opened up its platform launch, and I'm going to get the years wrong because everything is just sped by in a flash, but 2007, May 2007, I believe, we were on there right away. And the reason we got on there is because we had an application on our site called it was a map we called Cities I Visited, and it was an absolute dud. And we didn't know what to do with it. And I hope dud translates, but basically it did not work at all. What we did is, once Facebook opened up its platform, we started experimenting and putting out lots of applications. One of the first things we did, in addition to the map, was we launched a local picks, which was a restaurant review site. Now, Tripadvisor, obviously known to all for hotel reviews, actually had restaurant reviews on our site, and we'd had them for quite a long time. We were completely languishing, though, so as you can see in 2007, we put this application on Facebook, Local Picks, did some seeding of it by purchasing installs of the application, and within, I think it was 4 weeks, we had 4 times the number of reviews that we had ever collected on Tripadvisor. In Facebook, as everyone knows, probably goes without saying, but you really need to be there. 500 million active users in July. That's just 6 months after they hit the 4 million mark. 70% of Facebook users are outside the US. 1 out of every 5 Spaniards is on Facebook, which I believe is probably giving Twente a run for its money. Local Picks did not generate cash in the bank, but what it generated for us was awareness and content. And then, as I was mentioning, we also put our what we call Cities I Visited application onto Facebook. It became the most popular travel application, and after 3 years of having it on Facebook and doing the requisite seeding and viral marketing, we have 5 million active users every month, 18 million lifetime users. That's almost the number of Tripadvisor members that we've managed to collect in 10 years. And we have over 1 billion pins. Over 1 billion pins have been put on this map application. And 5 million new pins are added every day. We also have recently added what we call Trip Friends. So what Trip Friends does is it takes the core promise of Tripadvisor, which is the wisdom of crowds, and it marries it with your ability to be on Tripadvisor, see your friends on Facebook, connect, bring in their thoughts and opinions, and you have the wisdom of friends. The integration was the first, we believe, of its kind in the travel space, and it's been highly successful for us so far. It's very contextual. You bring up your friends based on what Facebook knows about either the destinations they've pinned on the cities I visited application or where they're from. So it's a very contextual experience for the user. I'm often asked, if I were to give tips for how to integrate social media with your travel business, what would I say? And I think the first thing with respect to certainly working with Tripadvisor, it's manage your presence. So as the Owner Center slide showed before, there are numerous opportunities to add content, to solicit reviews, to manage your response to that reviews. And to that point, most of the consumers that we interview about management responses actually tell us, a negative review doesn't turn me off if the hotel actually comes in and either says, gee, we're sorry, or thank you for allowing us to fix it. By and large, either responding in person, certainly, but even responding after to a bad review on Tripadvisor helps enormously. For Facebook, if you're going to be there, and given the numbers, you need to be, think beyond ROI. Don't think about just cash in the bank and how it's going to help you grow revenue, but think about how it can grow content, how it can grow members, how it can just simply grow your brand. Think about how you integrate Facebook content with your own. So think about how you can put the Facebook friends and the network of friends onto your site. Could you do something that Tripadvisor did? Could you even take it to another step? And obviously Facebook is iterating and inventing constantly, so it's good to be very, very much in touch and in loop with the process that Facebook has going on. I guess the last thing I would say is social media is still so new. I don't feel like a handbook really can be written at this point, or if anyone calls themselves an expert, be very skeptical. There are no pat answers. One of our keys to success, which obviously is Google's key to success as well, that Dave mentioned, was iterating. Iterate, reinvent. We have weekly product cycles. We push out a new version of the site every week. Maybe you can do that, maybe you can't, but constantly be thinking ahead and constantly be thinking quick. And that's it. Thank you.